Good morning, children. In this session, we are going to discuss about the causes of poverty. As we have studied in previous classes, the challenges of poverty. So there are many type of or number of causes for the poverty. We know poverty we can find around us. There are in our neighborhood also. We can find many people who are very poor. Some are rich and moderate families. Okay. So here many causes are there in the poverty in our country. So there are some historical reasons also for the low level of economic rule under the British colonial period. Because this affected the colonial policies, the British policies in administration, whatever they have followed, caused some sort of poverty in our country. So the policies of the colonial government, we can say that they completely ruined our traditional trade or the traditional businesses here or traditional occupations. We can find there number of handicraft works where they existed here in our country during the Mughal rule also. The Mughal rulers did not disturb any such kind of traditional handicraft works here. The British administration completely ruined or spoiled all these traditional methods of handicraft work and other textile, especially we can find handloom industries or textile industries which existed in our country. So here we can find some reason the colonial administration. Okay, so that can be called as the historical reason for the poverty which exists in our country. So the low rate of growth persisted until the 1980s. Up to 1980s, there were a low rate of growth rate in industries or the developments. Okay, so here because of this reason, there were number of less jobs available. Job opportunities were very low here, no opportunities for the job. Okay, the young generation were unable to find out the job opportunities. So here at the same time we can find out low growth rate of industries or development along with the population also. We can find the high rate of population or high increase in population. That also is a cause for the poverty. We know our country is the second largest populous country in the world. So low development rate and low number of job opportunities accompanied with the high rate of or high growth of population. So these two reasons combined the making the growth rate of per capita income very low. Okay, so the failure of both these controlling of population and providing the job opportunities or development in our country, these are the two reasons mainly we can say the causes of poverty. Okay. Also we can find with the spread of irrigation and green revolution, which especially introduced in the northern states like Punjab and Haryana. So many job opportunities were created in the agriculture sector, but these we can say these were limited to particular regions only. Not the whole India was developed in such a way. The green revolution and irrigation facilities were arranged in particular regions only. So other regions were still remained underdeveloped. So here we can find that the industries both in public and private sector also did provide some sort of jobs. By the promotion of public and private sector industries also could be provided some sort of job opportunities. This also we can find all job seekers in the country are not able to get the jobs here. Private or public sector industries where they are located, in that locality only people are employed. Okay, so here, but these are where these all different types of green revolution or the industries establishing in the public and private sector, all these were not sufficient. Huge population exists in our country. Unable to find proper jobs in cities, many people started working as rickshaw pullers. They have to find out some sort of odd jobs like rickshaw pullers, vendors, or construction laborers, etc. Okay, some people work as domestic servants. The women, especially in the urban area, also go to the houses for the houses for working as housemaid or working as home servants, etc. So these also many people, they are getting the very low income from here. But we know that these are all not getting the regular income. Whenever some sort of works are seasonal also. Okay, with the irregular income, small and small incomes also, they are unable to make the or meet the both ends of their family. Okay, so people also who are in the cities or the urban areas doing this type of odd jobs may have to live in slums also. So we can find out poverty exists in slums also. There are no proper hygienic facilities and no health facilities or no medical health or medical facilities, no education for their children also. So these are also we can find, especially largely poverty exists in the slum areas, in the urban areas also. Another feature of high poverty rates has been huge income inequalities. We know lot of people who are very rich persons and at the same time exists in our country very low income categories also. Poor people are, the number of poor people are there, at the same time the rich people are becoming richer and richer. So the inequalities between the rich and poor are increasing only, not decreasing. Okay, so the government has introduced many schemes to remove unequal income or inequalities of income inequalities, but it has not implemented properly, so that the poor becomes more poorer in our country because of some of the government policies, and rich becomes richer in our country again. So more major policies government has taken here. Some of the land reform policies also has reduced in the poverty also in our country. After independence, the governmental policies has some policies, we cannot say all policies are not implemented properly. Land reform policies which were established, which were introduced in some regions of the country, also had some impact of reducing the poverty. We know that what is the Land Reform Act was introduced here, collecting the land from large landlords or the zemindars and distributing to the poor people, so that this also redistribution of assets in rural areas also we can find. These are all we can find some regions only, not the entire India. So that is also limited in particular regions only. Okay, so such developments also have taken place in the particular areas of our country. So many of the other socio-cultural and economic factors are also responsible for poverty. We know that social obligations or some observing some of the religious customs or religious practices or ceremonies. People in India how to pay or pay high rate of expenses for the celebrations. Especially we know that when even we are being poor, we are paying or a lot of money we are spending for the religious rituals. We know that when we are going to temples or churches or any worshipping places, we are offering many valuable things to the God that we feel, even though we are poor, and we are spending much money in the temple for offering or prayers to God, so that we feel that God will bless us and with the wealth and prosperity. So that these are also some of the cultural or socio-economic factors causing the poverty in our country. Okay, since we know that poor people also have no savings, so they are becoming again and again in debt. So victims of this indebtedness, that means the people in the rural areas, especially we can find those who are having very less acres of land, they are borrowing money from the money lenders for high rate of interest. When the crops fail, they may not be able to repay their loans, and it causes indebtedness increases for them. Okay, so how the causes, what are the causes of poverty we have discussed here, and in the next class we will study how what are the anti-poverty measures government has taken.